There are many people who watch this show that have many different beliefs. There are people here from all over the world, people of different ideologies and religions, cultures. There are people who are watching this right now who believe space isn't real, or at least it isn't what we've been told. Is space real? Yes. Do they lie about space? Yes, they do. The Earth, the Moon, the Sun, the solar system, the galaxy, they are not what you think they are. There is a true nature of things. Some things that we think are natural occurrences are actually things we normally would consider to be set up, constructed, artificial. The moon doesn't just happen to be there. It doesn't just happen to be locked in this orbit where we can only see one side. It's not an accident. The moon has a purpose, which means it was designed to affect the Earth in a balance, a dance. The creatures on the planet, they have jobs, don't they? They were designed for specific roles to maintain the ecosystem, to keep it going and regulated. That's what animals and humans do. We regulate our own ecosystem in balance with forces like the sun. God's angels, they all have jobs as well. They all have purpose. Everything around us is maintained. See, they try to hide this from you guys all the time. They don't want you to know this because it would reinforce your beliefs and solidify a certain truth. You know, we should have been hit with some pretty big meteors already. You know why they didn't hit us? Because they were stopped. And we didn't stop them. There are many things that have yet to be revealed to us. They want that knowledge for themselves and have always kept it for themselves. Because these fallen angels, their true desire is to get back to where they came from. And all this time, they've been trying. They have even used man to accomplish this to no avail. Because they were not only the watchers, they were the masters of the universe. When you read ancient texts, it doesn't really matter what civilization we're talking about. When they talk about their gods always have specific jobs, right? They are either the god of the sun, the god of the moon, the god of wind, the god of water, the god of music, the god of war. There's a god for everything, right? Do you know why the ancients described their gods in that manner? Because they weren't lying. Every angel has a job to maintain a certain part of nature. Thank God for those angels, but God never said worship them. They are there, they have their job, that's it. That's what God does. He hands out jobs. All throughout the Bible, he has people doing jobs. Throughout the whole Bible, he's putting angels and people to work. God didn't have to split the sea for Moses. He had an angel or angels for that. He had several angels there working during the Exodus. How does it rain fire? That's what happens when you literally throw meteorites at the earth. You know, these rockets they keep launching constantly? They can't just launch a rocket into space whenever they want. It's governed. Just like angels deflect and stop meteors, they deflect and stop our spacecraft. They have to be allowed to travel into space. You can only do what God has given you the ability to do That includes angels. They don't know everything and they can't do everything. Only what they are designed and allowed to do. Otherwise, we all have to use technology to do everything else, and so do angels. Is it too hard to believe that angels build machines? They want you all to believe that there is nothing out there but rocks and dust. And the thing is, they've witnessed it. People have seen evidence of the maintenance in our solar system. And what they are seeing is that these things occurring outside of our planet are not happening by chance or accident. There is something going on that is intelligent. These star explosions, black holes, these are not accidents of nature. Objects going in and out of the sun, objects going around the sun, see, they have witnessed the maintenance. Same thing with the moon. Remember a while back they were talking about this distant star, and this star was flickering, right? Remember that? So some people were speculating that there may be some type of Dyson sphere surrounding the star, an artificial alien structure, right? Megastructure. They were trying to tell you something. See, most people wouldn't be able to accept the true nature of things because we have been misled by some of the science. There is real science being done, and then there are a lot of liars. And sometimes it's not their fault, because the scientists are governed. When these scientists dig up something that isn't supposed to be there, authorities take it and replace it, or bury it for good. We look at a place like Stonehenge and we forget all about the other ancient structures surrounding it to form a bigger picture. The earth has since been terraformed all around that structure. All that remains is a foundation of the true structure which has not been revealed. Just like whatever sat on top of the pyramids in Egypt has not been revealed. You know, back in 2010, we had some ICBMs go down. Wired published this. And this is just an example of how everything is maintained. Communication with 50 nuke missiles dropped in ICBM snafu. The Air Force swears there was no panic, but for 3/4 of an hour Saturday morning, launch control officers at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming couldn't reliably communicate or monitor the status of 50 Minuteman III nuclear missiles. Backup security and communication systems located elsewhere on the base allowed the intercontinental ballistic missiles to be continually monitored. But the outage is considered serious enough that the very highest rungs on the chain of command, including the president, are being briefed on the incident today. A single hardware failure appears to have been the root cause of the disruption, which snarled communications on the network that links the 5 launch control centers and 50 silos of the 319th Missile Squadron. Multiple error codes were reported, including launch facility down. Now, in 2011, there was another report that came out on that incident. PRN Newswire published, Robert Hastings, unidentified aerial object sighted during October 2010 nuclear missile incident. This dramatic story was leaked to Mark Ambinder, a contributing editor at The Atlantic, which published it 3 days later. The U.S. Air Force then quickly acknowledged the problem, saying that a backup launch system could have performed the task and claiming that the breakdown had lasted a mere 59 minutes. However, the latter statement was untrue, according to 2 missile technicians stationed at F.E. Warren, who say that the communications issue, while intermittent, actually persisted over several hours. Significantly, these same individuals report sightings by numerous teams of an enormous cigar-shaped craft that maneuvered high above the missile field on the day of the disruption. The huge UFO appeared similar to a World War I German Zeppelin, but had no passenger gondola or advertising on its hull, as would a commercial blimp. The confidential Air Force sources also report that their squadron commander has warned witnesses not to talk to journalists or researchers about the things they may or may not have seen in the sky, and has threatened severe penalties for anyone violating security. Consequently, these persons must remain anonymous at this time. Look at our moon. Now, they can't find any other moon that is like our moon. They can't even find one that looks like our moon. One time it was revealed what the moon really is, but see, it's covered in dust. And nothing can make this thing budge, and it still faces the same way always. They've tried to test this theory when they bombed the surface, remember? It can adjust. The Earth is the same way. They know that it's been constructed because they've been able to see what's inside it. See, a long time ago, some people documented history. Today we call it mythology. That's right, all those stories by the ancients, the powerful elite, don't think of those stories as mythology. They consider it history. Why? Because they've kept the truth to themselves and their families, their brotherhoods. We actually have some of the same information, but we struggle with the belief. You want to know what UFOs are? The ancients tell us. We sit around and say, no, that can't be it. That's make-believe. Folks, you wouldn't believe the types of things they have hidden from us. And they are scared to death of you finding out. See, they know for a fact that God is real. And so they think because of what they know, they have a chance of surviving what's coming. That's why these fallen angels have them build machines like the ones at CERN. Remember, don't confuse demons and evil spirits with fallen angels. The fallen angels are the parents of these demons and evil spirits. And the thing is, they come in many forms. I've said this before. These things that people see, the UFOs, the orbs, the aliens, the Bigfoot, the Mothmen, the devils, the goblins and ghouls and werewolves, the objects spotted in space. I think Oumuamua is one of the closest times we've ever come to having the truth revealed to us by accident. It was revealed actually, but of course no one could take it seriously. It's too unbelievable to be true. Just another thing people dismissed even though they didn't dismiss it. I wonder why. You know what's so funny? And it is something that actually bothers me now and from time to time. And that is the way the ancients are depicted and always have been depicted. It's almost always people in robes and sandals. And they've made everything out of concrete. It was the Flintstones, right? You see, that's what I find hard to believe. In time we'll know. There is much more to come, everyone. Stay tuned. Please be sure to visit woodwardentertainment.com and the Woodward Entertainment store for merchandise. Until next time, as always, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.